Are you quick enough to piece together the broken bridge, or will that poor little chap in his runaway car plummet to a rocky death at the bottom of Action Canyon? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to this retrospective look at Action Canyon, a vintage 1978 action puzzle toy
from Action GT.
I'm Retro Steve UK, and in this video we'll be having a close look at the toy itself. We'll be trying it out with a quick play session, we'll be sharing some memories with your featured comments, and we'll finish up with the classic Action Canyon TV advert. Now, I know it's not quite a DeLorean, but let's take a drive back to 1978 in this cute little action buggy as we take a look at this entertaining and affordable, albeit cheaply manufactured, clockwork action toy. I was originally given an Action Canyon for Christmas in 1978, just before I turned 5. This particular example, however, is one I bought a few years ago from the Retro Centre in Leighton Buzzard. Unfortunately, the shop has since closed down, which is a shame, as they had a pretty good selection of retro toys and games that you'd normally have to resort to eBay to find. The box on mine is quite beaten up, but it is still intact, and all the graphical details are still clearly visible on all 6 sides. I did pick this up quite cheaply for only a tenner, and this price reflects the fact that a couple of bits and pieces are missing. I still have the main Canyon base, complete with its display stickers, the support struts, the winner's display flap, the paper manual, and 15 of the 16 puzzle pieces that make up the bridge. I have, however, been able to recreate or replace the missing parts just to make this experience as authentic as possible. The elastic band that makes the winner's display flap pop up was easy to replace, as I had one that was just the right size. The little gas pump and the terrified driver of the action buggy were both missing, so I printed them out and stuck them onto cardboard. The gap left by the missing puzzle piece has been filled in with a piece of cardboard at the beginning of the bridge, and unfortunately the 2 struts seem to have shrunk over the 47 years since the game was manufactured, so I've used a couple of lumps of blue tack to hold them in place. So there you go, good as new. The basic idea of the game is to completely construct the bridge by fitting the puzzle piece sections together in the correct order before the buggy falls off the edge and into the canyon. Originally you would have been able to begin with any of the puzzle pieces and complete the bridge from there, but as there's a piece missing from this set, we'll have to start with the same piece each time to complete the puzzle. The instruction sheet, which is shown here on screen, describes different ways of playing for different ages and skill levels, and goes into great detail. However, to boil it down for this video, the best way to change the difficulty level is to put some of the pieces in place before you start. The more pieces you start with, the easier the challenge. I've also scanned this manual to a PDF file which can be downloaded from a link in the video description. The clockwork buggy must be completely wound up before each game, and a switch on the back allows you to prevent it from starting too soon. When you flip the switch, the buggy slowly makes its way across the bridge until eventually making contact with a plastic switch at the end, which releases the winner's display flap. The switch on this one is a little stiff, and the buggy no longer seems to have the strength to push it hard enough to release. So now when we play, we have to give him a little push at the end to finish the job. However, I do remember this working perfectly back in the late 70s, so you'll have to use a little bit of imagination here. My wife Elaine joined me again for this video to help demonstrate some gameplay, so here are a few edited highlights from the gameplay session that we had trying it out. I'll start by winding the car up. Winder's on the wheel here. Forgot to flip the switch. It's obviously 1978, this has been around since. I don't want to overwind it or break it or anything. Right, I think that's as far as it's going to go. Let's put the little man in. Okay. Right, according to the instructions, it says you want to go for just learning, which is remove 1 to 4 pieces. Getting better, remove 5 to 8. Should we start with that? Is that a good place to start? 8, that'll be there. How many pieces do you want removed?
Can you do just the 5?
Just the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Dropping them around a little bit, maybe. 1. So, I guess you won then. The car reaches the end and supposedly pushes the sign up by pressing on that little switch, but obviously it's very old, it's not really strong enough to push the sign anymore, so we'll give him a little... There we go, use your Do you want to have another try, maybe with a few more pieces taken out?
Okay.
Okay. Right. Wind them up again. I'm nervous doing this. At some point, it's just going to. I'm sure something's going to snap inside. A bit like me. Should we take 8 pieces off this time?
Go on
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. One more for good measure, or are you going to take a chance?
Oh, go on.
Okay, should I jumble them back?
Yeah, shuffle them
Make it too easy by having them all in the right order already. Okay, are you ready?
Ready as I'll be.
Here we go. That's not it.
That's not it.
That's it.
That's it. Oh no! I can't see you. Just that one. How do you know which one?
I don't know, I'm seeing it from a different angle, isn't I? Oh no. He's going to fall down the canyon.
No!
Quick.
That's
That one.
teeth. Get back.
Oh no, it's not quite working out really. Oh. Is it going to be a spectacular crash, or is it just going to ride the rails?
Oh no.
Game over.
I'm sorry.
Tell you what. Let's trigger this one last time, just for good measure. Poor little man. If you want to buy one of these now, you'll probably need to resort to eBay, unless, like me, you're lucky enough to stumble across one in the wild. I was able to find 3 currently for sale on eBay, all shown here in the screenshot. The first is an incomplete set going for £9.63 including postage. The second is complete and they're asking for £36.80 including postage, and the third, located in the United States, which appears to be still sealed, is going for £88.53, although postage to the UK comes to nearly 40 quid. Based on these prices, I'd say you can realistically expect to pay maybe £10 to £40 depending on the condition of the set. I asked if you lot had any memories to share about this toy, and as I suspected, this one was a bit too obscure to trigger a lot of memories. So here's an overview of every comment received on the community post section of my YouTube channel. Mr. Dirkles thinks Action Canyon sounds familiar but never had one. He thinks his head would have exploded if he had got one. He did get a table tennis set though, which he and his dad set up on the dining room table. Jimbrook9469 genuinely doesn't remember this game, which is a pity as it looks good. He does remember the Action GT logo appearing everywhere on a lot of toys growing up though. Andrei Tupolev also mentions the Action GT toy company and that advert voiceover saying "new from Action GT." The retro man, Randy Savage, also cannot remember Action Canyon, but knows he would have enjoyed playing with it. Pretsky777 also doesn't remember it, but mentions having a Matchbox streak racing set with a die-cast Dodge Challenger car. And finally, poor old Winston Churchill 6506 was so poor back in 1978 that he had to settle for playing with matchsticks. Hopefully he means just playing with the sticks rather than lighting fires with them. If you remember anything about this toy, or if you simply want to express an opinion about it, go ahead and make your presence felt in the comment section. And if you'd like a comment featured in a future Retrospectives video, follow me on my various social media platforms where I'll be asking for your comments whenever I'm working on something new. You'll find all the links in the video description. We'll finish off now with that aforementioned Action Canyon TV advert, but first I'd like to thank everyone who shared their comments, to thank you for liking and subscribing, and of course to thank you all for watching Retrospectives.
This is Phantom 4 hovercraft. It glides on air. Just charge it up for 60 seconds, then launch it, and watch it float almost silently down the hall and beyond. And now, Action Canyon. It's a race to build the bridge before the runaway car can fall. Each plank must fit exactly, though, and every second's vital if the car's to be saved.
Danny, it's my turn now.
Action Canyon and Phantom 4 hovercraft from Action GT.
Have you had fun?
Yeah, I've had fun.
Good.
But can we rescue the cat?
Yeah, go on then.